Hello everybody, and welcome to another video by RunnerXBT. Today I'm going to be talking about Ripple XRP, and obviously nothing in this video constitutes financial advice. I'm doing this for entertaining purposes only and just to like a discussion around the current narrative. So I've decided to make this new format of videos where every week I'll make a video about current hot narrative that's been going on lately. So for this week I've picked Ripple because it's been showing high relative strength against other altcoins and Bitcoin as well. So first and foremost I have to give Ripple a little bit of intro. So I want to give some history and context to begin with every time. So but I'm not going obviously to speak 1 hour about fundamentals, which I believe there are none. But yeah, so Ripple is a private company that's building a payment network, and the whole idea is to connect banks, payment providers, and exchanges to enable faster and cost-efficient global payments. I mean, it's been around for a long time. It's one of the oldest coins that are still doing relatively well, and you can call them dino coins, right? So I believe that's everything you really need to know about Ripple. And also that in late December 2020, Ripple was sued by SEC. So if I now open the chart, I'm gonna show you where the lawsuit happened on a weekly chart. So December 2020, you see a big sharp move down. So I guess we could just, for example, price went down a lot in just 1 week, over 60%, then obviously went back up. But I mean, this was a big deal because fundamentally this was a big issue for crypto back then. And XRP has always been one of those coins that was beloved amongst retail, like Cardano. Basically, their community believed that this one day is going to change the world. And I also decided to take some brain damage, but I decided to look at XRP on YouTube. And just like you can see here, you can make your own idea what their community is smoking. Basically, it's predicting price predictions, which are often not $589, which has been like the good old meme, but people predicting 3-4 digit XRP. That's it. I'm gonna close YouTube for now. Let's talk about the current narrative, because in last few weeks XRP has been doing really well, as you can see, relative to let's say first 20 biggest market caps, which is all of them are huge market caps, right? Big market valuations. So XRP at 28 billion market cap, 25% up on the week, which is very strong. So from my very quick understanding is that XRP, given, as I said in the introduction, is like something to do with banking. So given the current quote-unquote banks failing, I've seen a lot of people speculate that this is going to strengthen their position. But most importantly, there has been speculation about XRP winning the lawsuit against SEC. Right? They have a Judge Torres. Again, I'm not going to bore you to death with the quote-unquote fundamentals because, again, there are none. But the lawsuit has been ongoing for years. I'm going to provide links if anybody wants to read about it. But in essence, my biggest issue with this is that if I Google XRP SEC case, there's so many. Basically, it's been so many. Let's look at this, right? So if you just go back, you will always find these updates with different random dates. So if you go back in time, obviously how Google search and like all these searching engines work, they will give you the most recent content or like the highest clicks, etc. That's how SEO works. But if you go scroll a little bit just on the other pages, you will see that they've been expecting them winning the SEC case for years now, right? Like they've been always, oh no, it's absolutely going to be tomorrow. It's absolutely we're going to get update this and that. This like I hope I'm clear where I'm going with it. Basically there's a speculation that the ruling or like the decision of this lawsuit is going to be resolved very soon, right? So if we zoom in on like current price action, we can actually let's start with let's do good old crypto cred style analysis. Let's go from highest levels to the lowest. So my 3 monthly chart, this for me is a resistance. So first I'll start with I've quote unquote provided some sort of background / narrative, and then we'll do some quickly some TA levels, but then we'll talk about order flow, because that's something that's what I do on this account. So on quarterly chart, I believe this is a resistance. Same for monthly, right? Resistance, breakthrough, support, lost it. Now we are retesting it as resistance again. Here. So this level, so we are currently at macro resistance, plus the narrative is expected. The reason I'm doing the video today, we are expecting some sort of resolution today during US session. So it's going to be in like maximum 12 hours. So weekly, I mean, same stuff, right? This has been the high of the year so far. Sorry, actually this is from October. But you get the point. We're on both monthly and weekly, we're at resistance, and next potential resistance area I can see, I mean, these are very dirty. I have not prepared these levels because but I mean, I guess that's the level that everybody could be targeting. And resistance. So yeah, and the reason I'm making this video, or how it caught my attention, is because ever since we got the banking FUD, right, the last few weeks, if you've been active in the markets, you've seen the headlines, you've seen the price action. It's been kind of weird on majors, but some coins perform better than the others, and this is a XRP in last, like, what is it, last 14 days, so it's up 50%. To the peak on Bitstamp, it was all the way to like 63% gain, which would not be surprising for like a smaller altcoin. But if we look at XRP at current prices, according to CoinGecko, so there might be some discrepancies, but it's over 28 billion market cap. But its FDV is basically 1 to 2. So obviously, market cap and FDVs is something that can be both used as like a bullish or bearish thing, but we would have to look at depth of the order book and overall liquidity and like in the exchanges. But still, like it's still a big move in my opinion. It's still a relatively high move given how poorly other altcoins performed in this period. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna add a screenshot over in the middle of this video. But I've pulled the data of like coins performing relatively well in last 7 days, and XRP is up there with like $200 million shitcoin market cap. So it's actually pretty wild. Some additional background for XRP, because it's something I look at. I always try to look at which exchange is leading because it gives me a lot of context. So this is unfortunately last 24 hours, but we have Binance, not surprising, but something that I find interesting is Upbit and BitHump. Those two, as you can see, they're pairing with KRV, W. Those two are Korean exchanges which are very like traditional, like going full crazy, full tard, if you want to call it that way. So let's actually look at Upbit. God bless, they added just recently added English version, so you don't have to fully pretend that you know some Korean. But yeah, I mean, they've been doing a lot of volumes. Korean exchanges, something I wanna perhaps teach or show in this video. They do not really use our classic format of green and red. Obviously, red is up and blue is down in this case. But you can see. You could speculate that this has been the same for all exchanges, but when you see the high volumes of buying, when I did my analysis, when I was looking at CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, doesn't matter, you would see always Upbit leading, like by a lot, right? So a lot of these moves are, in my opinion, led by Koreans, because them as investors or traders, they just don't care. They just go, they go hard when they go. So another coin that has been doing a lot of volumes recently has been SXP, Swipe. same stuff. If I open, look at these volumes, right? Like literally did zero volume. Like it was traded on the exchange, but not a single, you know, some tiny volumes. And then I move back and look, it's literally 100 times bigger. Like this is how Koreans trade. This is the type of pattern I've noticed with Upbit and BitHump. So every time they decide to ape into a coin, I do try to follow what's happening, because the coin usually gives you lots of volatility, and then does a lot of trades, right? So yeah, regarding chart, I can also go quickly over Bitcoin pair, but not much happening, to be honest. We've been in a pretty ugly downtrend. If you look at weekly, yeah, I mean, this is just ugly, right? Like this is literally nothing happening to this coin. But I guess some of the YouTubers scoping on timeline could be doing this. This is a accumulation, and this will now be expansion straight to $589. But look, with respect to our time, let's actually move to Coinalyze. So in with regards to order flow, oops, I do look again at I've covered this in the previous videos, but I look at first at like higher time frames. But on higher time frames, you will never really see that much useful information on CVDs. As you can see, they will always be trending down. So for that reason, like CVDs mean nothing, because what this essentially means is more sellers than buyers. Like, okay, great, how is the price going up, right? So on 4-hour chart, there isn't really that much happening, apart from something I do look at. I always sort of pay attention to volume. So obviously we started going up around, let's say here. This was the first initial TVAP. TVAP, you see it in the increase of pickup in the volume, and the volume has been still going up, but I guess I'm not wrong to say that it's been declining now. And given why I'm making this video is something I want to kind of, for the first time on this account, introduce with like some context, is time-based invalidation of a trade. So again, the community is expecting some sort of resolution, right? Or the ruling date within today. So I can put this, let's say here on the chart, just for myself, right? So just like any other narrative or event-based stuff, right? When you have a date, everything, there's this anticipation of the event, right? So you have the price going up, open interest going up, like a lot of volumes, a lot of speculation, and then we have the date, right? Then it happens. So what is the case? What is the resolution? What are we waiting for, right? Like you're watching, waiting for last episode of a season finale, and nothing happens. Nothing fucking happens. Literally, XRP case, nothing. Like no headlines, no news, no nothing. So then this type of setups can give you trades. I'm not saying up or down. This is not a directional punt. But given how strong XRP has been, I believe there are three possible scenarios. So first one, they do actually have a ruling of this case after all these years, after all the promises and deadlines, and this just gonna full fucking send, right? Because if XRP wins, then it's very good precedent for crypto, and XRP might get relisted on Coinbase, which is also normie friendly exchange. Basically, it's immediately long, like if they actually win. But the second option, and I believe the most the more likely scenario, is nothing happens. Judge Torres or the people involved or the CEO called Garlic House or whatever his name is, they tweet a lot more like stuff like, oh, this is unfair, blah blah blah. But I'm not necessarily calling for like these lows to be swept. Oh, sorry. But I just am overall skeptical, like how much stronger can this get in current market conditions, given we're still in a bear market. Altcoins have been doing relatively poorly, and what is basically else for XRP if there is no resolution within this time window that is expected and promised, right? So let's clean this up. I'm gonna leave this vertical line for now. Let's go to lower time frames. I mean, this has been actually pretty violent. When you look at this, there's been price action traders would I believe call these like inefficient moves, because we really never took the previous lows, right? So you have all these lows that were never really taken. This was the first attempt to sort of sweep these lows, but we never took them. So right now we're consolidating, and God knows what it's obviously gonna do. Could go up, could go down, right? But if this case, like something I've seen with these trendy altcoins, I would not be surprised if we see something like consolidation, obviously depending on Bitcoin. So this is assuming Bitcoin just goes sideways like it's been going for a while now, spikes the high and, you know, fucking dies and take all these lows. I think it's probably a stretch to be sort of targeting like a 20% move on such a big market cap, but I believe there'll be a lot of nice potential fades if, I'm gonna write it down before anybody takes me out of context. Right, so I mean, it's really up to you and up to everybody to make their decision on like not how to trade it, but what is the probability of something actually happening after all these years of basically, oh, it's gonna happen now, oh, we have a deadline. To me, it kind of sounds like cope. I might be obviously wrong, and I'm definitely not shorting quite yet, but I'm just overall skeptical about crypto and ability of to do basically anything, right, with the promises of deadlines. Every time we have a catalyst in crypto, that being Polygon, that being XRP, your favorite shitcoin, doesn't matter. Every time they give, like, you know, they're teasing on Twitter some sort of event or anything with like a specific date, how often does it happen that it actually delivers? Meaning, how often does the hype live to expectations, right? So the level I had for open interest is this. I do actually sometimes do technical analysis on open interest more than on price itself. But let's actually talk about order flow. So let's zoom in a little bit. As I said, these lows were never really taken, which to me is not great. From liquidity perspective, I believe there's a lot of liquidity to be taken to the downside if this breaks down. And 1 second. And I mean, no, like XRP has been great. I've been scalping it because it has given you like a lot of I've made a video about this, but there was a lot of mean reversion trades to be had on this coin. Like you see it here, you have a relatively big move up with if you know open interest going down, meaning people are getting liquidated. You can see it here in the liquidations. In this case, the liquidations is not really that big, but yeah, same, long. So right now XRP, to give like a summary, is the cool coin that has fundamentals on the way. A nice long, nice short, nice long. Fundamentals on the way, and they're expecting some sort of resolution or win by later today. So let's see how the price holds up. I'm afraid that a lot of the community will be let down. So I'm looking to fade emotional investors who are, if I look at XRP chart on weekly, they had a bad time, right? It's not really doing well. Let's look at Bitcoin, might be more friendly. I mean, yeah, like, so you look at chart like this, and what do you expect from the lawsuit, right? So if it's not really like a banger resolution, I just don't see this doing this well. So yeah, let's see. Maybe we do get some sort of deadline. I definitely keep XRP on my watch list, and I've been looking for a trade entry for a while now. So let's see if I'm lucky enough. And yeah, have a nice day.